Hello friends, in today's video I am going to be setting up my bird feeders. I try to feed the birds every winter especially. I don't do it so much during the summer, but in the winter time I like to feed the birds. Always in the past I set it up on the other side of my house, on the south side of my house, off of our patio door. But for the last couple of years that hasn't been very easy to do for a couple of reasons. I put my house plants in front of the patio door in the wintertime, so it makes it difficult to get in and out that door to fill the feeders. And Sally, as she's gotten older, has gotten into a very bad habit of pooping on the deck back there. So whenever you would go out to fill the bird feeders, you'd have to step over landmines and yeah, it was just, even though we try to keep it cleaned up, you just never know what you're stepping on out there. So I thought this year I would move all the bird feeders to the front of my house, off the front deck, and so maybe I'll be able to enjoy the birds a little bit more this year. So I just need to move everything over here and get everything set up. The first thing I'm going to do though is I'm going to sweep the deck. It's covered in pine needles and leaves, so we're going to get that swept off. So I have some shepherd's hooks. This one is super heavy, so I think I'm just going to put it in the ground here. Yeah, I think I'm going to put it here because then that way I could see the birds from the front window. Just put it right here, and then I can come here off the step and fill the feeders. And yeah, you'll be seeing this video after Christmas, but it's actually the week of Christmas that I'm doing this because the weather's still nice and the ground's not frozen. And who knows, now that it's officially winter, what the weather's going to do. So that one I'm going to just push in the ground here and put my heavier bird feeders on it. And then I've got these two other shepherd's hooks that are smaller. Like this one for sure is a lot smaller. And then I've got this one, and I'm going to do my best to zip tie them to the corners of the deck so that I can come out the door and get the feeders even if there's a bunch of snow on the ground. And I'm sorry about Bear barking, but nothing I can do about it. He's a very barky dog. I didn't really get that on film because that took a little bit of finagling to get that to work because my zip ties weren't long enough, so I had to make. So my battery died on my camera, so I had to go plug it in for a while, and I don't know where I was when it stopped, but I was saying I couldn't film putting that on there because it was a little bit challenging. I had to make loops out of zip ties. And this is the feeder I've got hanging off of this one. I've got two feeders hanging off of that one. And then this one over here, I had Travis help me. He helped me put a bungee cord on there, and then I put a couple of zip ties at the bottom. And this one is very sturdy. And that one is going to hold this feeder. I'm just getting the old seed cleaned out of it, and I'm going to fill it up. I haven't really seen very many birds lately, but I'm hoping this will entice them to come back. And then I've got some suet block here. I'm going to put in these. And then I've got some of these square ones, which goes in that feeder over there. And I had Travis bring this barrel from the other deck. It's got bird seed in it. We need to buy more. This has been there since last winter. I didn't feed the birds this summer. Alright, so these bird feeders I've had forever and ever and ever. As you can tell, they're all my bird feeders I've had forever and ever, actually. But they're, they're not the greatest looking things in the world, but they still work. They still hold seeds. So I've got this one here, and I'll be able to sit in the window where Mr. Oliver is right now, and sit in that chair and look out the window and watch the birds. And then, as you saw, Scott fixed this for me. I've had another large shepherd's hook that was actually long enough that it could stick into the ground a little bit. And then he was able to just put one zip tie on there, and that is so much better. And so we've got that hanging there. And then I've got that one over there, and that's got the suet on it. And I filled that feeder. So now all we really have to do is wait for the birds to find it, which I think they will. Picture's not the greatest through the screen, but my free-range chickens are enjoying being underneath the bird feeder, because the little birds have been kicking the seed out. So I've been enjoying watching my chickens. But I have gotten a few birds to the feeders already. Alright friends, that's it for this video. I know it was a quick one, but I wanted to really get this deck done before the really cold weather gets in. We're actually calling for decent weather the rest of this week, but I don't know what'll happen in January. We usually have a really cold January, so I wanted to get this done while it was still tolerable outside. Alright friends, thanks so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to leave a comment in the comment section below and tell me, do you put out bird feeders, and what kind of birds come to your feeders where you live? We'll talk to you later, friends. Bye-bye.